I am so bald. Wait, live? We're live. We are live, people. What is up? Welcome to the third time we're doing this. The third Thursday. I am beyond stoked for the guests that we have this week. I'm stoked about a lot of things. Main Street. Main Street is opening up. We're going to talk so much about that later. Who am I? I'm Sam. I do podcasts. I teach. I do a whole bunch of stuff. And if you want to know more about that, just hit me up. I'm a nice guy. But now, enough about me. Let's talk about the first guest, someone I'm flipping out over. As a comic book nerd, this guy is exactly who I want to be talking to. So, Delfino Falciani. He is an illustrator, cartoonist, sculptor, and most importantly, he is a storyteller, just like me. Delfino writes and illustrates several self-published comic books. Klaatu Tales is a family-friendly young adult fantasy series. Dances in Exile is a sci-fi space opera for the more mature audience, such as myself. Dances in Exile is a comic, first issue available on Comixology and in print with pencils by the Don Swenson, the face that runs the place. Don, you're a part of this too, man. And an ongoing web comic published every Wednesday with pencils by Jake Baggs and colors by Sean Baggs. He's also illustrating a children's story called Peregrine the Aeronaut. I'm so sorry for messing that up, dude. You'll have to explain more. Peregrine is a story about a flying turtle who is separated from her mother and uses her instinct to find her way to the great pond. Delfino, by the way, audience out there, make sure you drop comments. Drop a lot of comments. And hey, if you share this episode, you'll be my best friend. Delfino, where you at?
Right here. How you doing?
I'm doing all right now that I'm talking to you, brother.
Bro, thank you.
Thank you. So, Delfino, you are a comic artist.
Yeah, I do comic books, not full time, but I love doing them.
So what inspired you to do this? What did you grow up on? What kind of artists do you love?
Oh, Marvel and DC, all the good stuff, heavy metal, all those years.
You a Watchmen fan?
Watchmen, yeah, sure. Love
Gotta be. If someone, hey, out there, if you've never read a comic, just pick up Watchmen. Not only is it the best comic ever, one of them, but it's also one of the best stories in general, I would say.
Good story.
So what is it you're going to be working on today?
All right, well, I have one of my comic books that I work on is called Klaatu Tales. Okay, and because this is a dog friendly podcast, the character is very dog-like, and he was based off my little wire hair fox terrier when I first got him. So I'm just going to be inking him. There are other pages. I have the original pencils here that I did. So what I usually do is I do them in pencil on board on a sheet, and then I scan them and transfer them onto my computer, and I ink them in a program called Psy. Psy has a really nice inking program, and it also does good coloring. So this is what I use. So you can see this is the character right now. Right here, this is the main character. His name is Klaatu, and he's I don't know what to tell you about him. I could start inking, and I could show you how the program works.
So is that what we're doing with you today? Are we going to be checking back in with you and seeing how this progresses?
Yeah. I'm going to be inking this particular drawing. So this drawing is one of the pages from within the book. I chose this one here because it was a nice big splash page. But most comic books are done in panels and everything. But I thought this would be a good one to do because it's a nice size.
I wasn't going to ask this, man, but someone just posted a comment saying Klaatu Vrata Nikto.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that?
Absolutely.
Evil Dead, baby.
It's an homage. It's an homage to Klaatu.
Right on. That's what I was wondering. So,
Yeah.
all right, we will be checking in with you throughout the show, and can't wait to see how this progresses.
All right. I'll start inking.
All right, we'll see you soon, brother.
Thank you.
All right, who do we have next? Oh no, I'm a little scared right now because the next guest is someone who has literally choked me on multiple occasions. Almost broke my arm. This guy is a real tough guy, but he's got a big heart for the pups. Ethan Burst, our next guest. He is a clinical manager at the Linwood Pet Hospital. He's been working in the veterinary field for 13 years. He's a fear-free certified technician. Fear-free certified. I don't know what that is. And is passionate about the care and well-being of all animals. Don't hurt me, Ethan. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Sam?
Dude, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Maybe we should tell people we do jujitsu together, and that's why I almost broke your arm. Just as like a side note.
Oh, context. Yeah, I guess context is important there.
Yeah.
Good call. So what do you got going on for us?
So I'm here with Gunner. This is my girlfriend's dog, Gunner. He's a little poodle friend here. Nothing against poodles or anything, but something that you read in my little intro there, the fear-free certified. And so that's something I'm going to touch on a little bit today. So fear-free is a program it's a certification program that was started to help reduce fear, anxiety, and stress in dogs coming to the hospital. So as you can see, my little buddy sleeping here, he's pretty low stress level right now. A lot of dogs, when they come into the hospital, they're stressed, they're anxious, they're unhappy. And so a group of veterinarians put together a program to help train its doctors, its technicians, its groomers, its dog trainers to work with them on what's called a fear-free practice. And so the idea behind that is just to eliminate stress. And so part of that program does carry over into the house. So a lot of the things that we practice at the clinic also can be practiced at home. And so it's called Fear-Free Happy Homes. And so one of the things that they do like to talk about is something called separation anxiety. And that's something we're going to touch on a little bit today. So right now in 2020, it's been kind of a wacky year. Everyone has been kind of thrown off. A lot of people not too happy about things, but there's one group that has been pretty happy, and that's our dogs. Gunner here has been my buddy basically 24/7. I'm fortunate enough to be able to bring him to work with me. But when I come home, he's here with me. We sit on this couch, we watch Netflix, we might share a bottle of wine, but there's basically 24/7, he's here with me. And a lot of dogs are the same way. And that's a lot of people have not been as fortunate as me being able to go to work. Some people have to work remotely. They're home a lot with their dogs, and they maybe go for that afternoon walk. They spend a lot of time with them. And now, as 2020 has progressed, we're starting to come back out into the world. And part of a potential issue with that is that our dogs are suddenly going to miss us. This guy is probably going to miss a lot of things. That's when I can go out to eat again, when we can go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls again. They're going to slowly start to realize that, okay, the person that was here all the time isn't here anymore. So I have a couple ideas, a couple different behavioral things that we can work on to help reduce the risk of having separation anxiety develop. Separation anxiety in dogs, it can be a negative in a lot of different ways. It can be destructive in the household. That's as the dogs find something to chew on. They can bark and disrupt the neighbors. And there's even times when the dogs have to be rehomed. So obviously that's not something we want. And so these are just a couple tips that you can work on now so that when you do have to go back to work, go back out in the world, it's less stressful for your dog. So one of the first things that we can talk about is it's called a distraction. And so there's a lot of great toys. There's a lot of great treats out there. As I lost my dog, I did bring my treats along, so he maybe hang out with me a little bit more. Come on, buddy. So one thing that you can use are treats. So a great treat that I like to use is a Kong filled with peanut butter. And so when you're getting ready to leave, a distraction is a nice, easy way for your dogs not to be too upset about it. And so maybe you put that Kong on the ground. That's if he's in a crate, put him in a room. This way, as you're leaving, he's not even worried about it. He has his toy. He's happy as can be. This way, when you're leaving, it's not a bad experience for him. The next thing, and this is something I struggle with, is how you react when you come home. So my reaction when I see Gunner when I come home, I'm big, I'm loud, I'm happy to see him. He jumps up on me, I jump up on him. We dance, we sing. It's great. That's actually a bad behavior to exhibit for your dogs. A lot of times that creates a high coming off a low. And so the whole time you're gone, your dog's sitting there waiting. He's like, where's dad? When's he coming home? When do I get to see my person? And that's something that we want to try to eliminate. And so maybe you come home, you sit down, you take your shoes off, you let your dog be excited, but you're not going to really acknowledge them. That's maybe let them outside. When they come back in, when they are calm, that's when you're going to pet them. That's when you're going to acknowledge them, just so they don't have that anxiety, that high and low when you're coming back home. Another thing that sometimes is a trigger for dogs is basically just developed habits that you do when you're getting ready to leave. Maybe that's putting your coat on. Maybe it's picking up your purse. Maybe it's putting your wallet in your pocket, jingling your keys. Sometimes those are things that trigger dogs to realize, oh, my person's going to leave. And so those are things that it's an easy thing to break. Maybe you keep your coat in the car. Maybe you don't jingle your keys. But those are little things that sometimes we might do and don't even realize the effect it has on our dogs. So these are just some behavioral things that we can work on. Obviously, there's more extreme things. You can talk with your veterinarian. You can do. What kind of peanut butter you suggest? There are peanut butters that do have xylitol in it, which is toxic to dogs. Xylitol is a sugar that can be found in like sugar-free gum. So any of the sugar-free, a lot of times it's organic and sugar-free peanut butter, that can be toxic to dogs. So just make sure you're reading your ingredients. It's not a common one for peanut butter, but is something to be aware of. So whoever asked the question, I'm glad I saw that.
That's a good friend of mine and a black belt. What's up, Amy?
I'll keep my blue belt in my car. And so you can definitely talk with your veterinarian. You can talk with dog trainers. There's a lot of tips. There's sometimes medication that you can give. There's pheromones even that are very safe that you can spray to help reduce stress for your dog. So these are just good things to start to get used to doing now, because your dog might be fine. You might have a big lazy bulldog. No offense to bulldogs, I love them, but he might not even get off the couch when you leave. But there's going to be some dogs that have that drive to be with their people, be with their human, that aren't going to be too happy when you do go back out into the world. So these are just some tips you can start now, but before it's a problem. And again, that's a lot of this information is just from Fear Free. They have a section it's free to the public. It's called Happy Homes, and just good tips for everyone to get used to.
That's awesome, man. Very, very cool. Informative too. I wish I'd known that before. Man, when I came home, I would go crazy with my dog, you know?
My girlfriend yells at me for it all the time because I'm happy to see him too, but
I know it's hard to hold back, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Ethan, you are the man. Thank you so much for joining this show, and hopefully see you soon, brother.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam.
All right. So, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to comment away and tell these artists or dog trainers or vets what you think. And please share this show. We're getting it out there, people, and we appreciate all of you. But let's check back in with Delfino and see how this comic art is coming along. Hey, dude.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right.
All right. So far I've been getting some of the inking done on the character, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I just keep inking until it's finished, and then I start the coloring.
Do you enjoy this process of it?
Oh, it's great. I love it. It's some of the stuff is very zen. You could really zone out, and I listen to some audiobooks while I'm working.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, we will check back in with you real soon, brother.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, good people of the world. Our next guest is Annette Rinker. Annette served as the president of the board of the Hammonton Art Center for 2 consecutive 2-year terms. Prior to serving as president, she served 2 terms as vice president and director of education for the HAC. She has been a very active member of the Art Center since autumn of 2006, teaching adults and children's classes too, volunteering to hang exhibits, preparing receptions and events at the HAC. What's up, Annette Rinker?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. We're going to do some origami, which is the ancient art. I don't know how ancient it is, but it's the art of paper folding.
Can anyone do this? Because I could never do it in elementary school.
I had a hard time trying to do it from instructions in books, but I actually had a student who helped me out. And my son is very good at it. But we're going to do one that's not too difficult. I find it's easier to have somebody show me how to do it rather than looking at the flat instructions in the book. Okay,
well,
we're going
to make one tonight. I'm making one tonight. So
right,
show us how to do it.
You got your paper ready? You need a square
maybe
piece
tomorrow.
You need a square piece of paper. You can use any copy paper. Now this is a rectangle, but I'll show you a quick way to make it into a square. You're just going to fold the paper over to the other edge. So you're making like a triangle. You lightly fold that, and then it's going to look like this, this, and then you're just going to cut along that.
Oh, okay.
Cut that excess off. I feel
Cool.
like I'm working backwards here. So just cut that right along the edge, and you'll have a square. Okay? That one's not perfect, so I'll grab this other one. And start with your square. Fold it in half so that it's like a rectangle. You want to try to get your edges pretty neat, pretty close. Then it makes it easier to do the whole process. Okay, you want to fold that nice and crisp. And then you're going to open it up. And then you're going to fold again to the inside. Kind of like if anybody has made a paper airplane, you're doing the start of a paper airplane. Folding the edges toward the middle. Okay, you don't want to overlap because that doesn't allow the other folds as well. Okay, from here, you're going to fold the corners up and in toward the middle, right up to there. And you're going to do that with all four corners. Just bring them up close to the middle, but don't let them overlap.
Oh, look at Sue Murder. She's dropping some knowledge on us.
Okay. Same thing. You're going to fold again. Okay. And one more corner. Okay, you're going to fold these edges, the outside edges, nice and crisp. I'm going to go over it with my fingernail a little bit, because you're going to backwards fold those. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, and then this part you flip up and you're going to reverse fold it. So you're pushing it towards the middle, and it'll just follow those creases. So it's going to go like that to the inside. Instead of this flap being out, it's going to the inside. Are you following me, Sam?
I'm following you. I'm like paying attention. I'm zoned in.
Okay, good. Okay. You're going to do that on all four corners.
Mm-hmm.
The one side is always a little bit more difficult, and you just push it in gently, and it'll go.
There's a problem. My hands. I need gentle hands.
Well,
You think I can do it?
I think you can do it. I'm going to make this edge a little more crispy so it folds. Okay, there we go. And one more.
Facts, Eric Anderson. Those are facts.
Pushing that in and getting that fold. So now it's going to look like this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Then the very next step, you're going to take those folds and push them towards the middle. Those little triangular things. And just follow the same lines that you had. Don't try to bend it any other way. Right? This one, let's do that. There we go. You get those nice and flat. You go over your lines a little bit. Same thing on the other end. fold them in toward the middle. Okay, and this one.
What kind of dog are we making here?
We're making a dachshund.
Ah, dachshund.
A dachshund. Okay, now it's going to look like this. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. This part here, just on one end, you're going to fold it to the back. So now it's going to look kind of like a upside down house.
All right.
With this part sticking out to the back. Then you're going to go and we're going to start making the legs. So you're going to take, hold this so you can see it, this edge here, and you're going to fold that up to meet the edge of your paper, the edge of your square. Let's see, can you see that?
Yeah, we see that.
Fold that little fold there, and then the same thing on the other side. So it's just going to overlap. Okay. All right. This part is going to end up being the head. Okay, you got this much
Really?
so far. Yep.
All right.
Okay. So can you see how there is a fold here
Yep.
and here?
Yeah.
You're going to bring these little legs up and fold in.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're going to take, okay, I'm going to hold that up so you can see what we got so far. Good. Okay, then you're going to take the whole thing, fold it in half.
Oh.
Kind of looks like a little piggy right now.
Oh.
Okay. Should I show you that again?
Wait. We keep it looking like a pig? Is that what it is?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're going to make it narrower. We're going to create the dachshund type of face. Okay. You could do this and leave it as a little piggy.
Yeah.
And add like a curly tail or something. Okay. The next step is take each side and we're going to fold them toward the middle. And we want to just go right next to the middle, but not beyond it. Okay, crisp that up.
Wow, you memorized this, huh?
I did. I had to. Okay. So you took those ends, folded them in.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, then we're going to go like this. Tuck it all in. Okay, and this is what you have so far. Oh, this way. For the camera. Okay, now, let's see, we got the nose here. This fold is a little tiny bit tricky. If you can see the angle of the leg, the back of the front leg, you want to kind of squeeze the whole thing there just to hold it. And then your fold, you're going to make this whole, this is the head, you're going to make the whole thing fold up so it's a right angle. So you're going to push in the middle. This part, you know, you kind of have to tweak it a little. So you're going to get that to fold.
A little tweakaroo.
Yeah, push it in the middle, that middle part. I have a hard time holding out and doing that.
I'm telling you, I'm doing this, and as soon as I'm done, if there's a success, I'm sending you a picture.
Okay. Yeah, the first couple ones maybe aren't as. See, I think I folded that just a little too.
If I get as far as the pig, I'll be happy.
Okay. Okay, there. I needed to fold that a little more crispy. And here we go. There it goes. Okay, so now it looks like he's looking up in the air.
Oh.
So that's another tight reverse fold. And then you're going to bring it, fold that part down again. And that creates his snout, the ear and snout. So there he is, Mr. Dachshund.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, and then you can take a marker or some colored pencil and give the little dude an eye and a nose. And here's one that I put some
Oh.
spots on. You can make them in all different sizes.
Can you
This
name them?
Pardon?
Can we
Name
name them?
Oh, definitely.
I think that one should be Don.
Don.
Yeah,
The
Don.
spots.
The
Okay.
face that runs the place.
And this could be Sam.
Oh, you just warmed my
And
heart.
you can put spots on them or whatever. And you can make them out of any color paper. You could create a whole family of little dachshunds and
Annette,
bigger
What-
dachshunds.
what a cool little thing.
But it's a fun. Just wanted to let you know that we have summer camps coming up at the Art Center. Colleen, who you'll meet later, is also going to be teaching some summer camps. We have 5 weeks between July 6th and the first week of August. And we're offering half days from 9 to 12 and full days from 9 to 3. And
Very cool.
just 6 and up. I have kids as old as 18. I have kids as young as almost 6. So we have a fun time. We do.
They need to get out. Am I right? These kids need to get out.
They need to get out. Yeah.
Your camp, my camp, kids got to be kids. Am I right?
Yeah. And we get messy. We do.
That's what it's all about.
You know, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Annette, you rock. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good evening and keep on making art
Rock and roll.
or whatever.
All right. Hey, let's check back in with my man Delfino, see how far he is in his art. How's this comic coming along, Delfino?
Very good. So what I did was I finished. I had this pre-finished, so you could see, because there's no way I could get all this done in the time that we have. So I finished the inks, and this is the finished page with full inks. And what I did was the background is done on separate layers, so you could work on different layers and stuff. So you could bring things forward and backwards. And even though the background was inked in black and everything, so what I did was I brought down the opacity and gave it a gray, so it brought the image, into the background, and you have the main character Klaatu in the foreground.
Yeah, your design for Klaatu is really rad. I'm really liking it.
Thank you. And a lot of times, real quick, I just want to show you. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what he looks like from certain angles or lighting or anything. So what I do a lot of times is I make maquettes, and this is a maquette of Klaatu, so I could light him, okay, and just look at him from different angles, if I want an upshot or a down shot or something like that. So that's one of the things that helps me with the drawing. So from here, what I do is I take the inks, and then I have to color them. So what the next step in the process is doing flats, and flats are just taking the general areas and just giving it a flat color, not any kind of shading, any kind of roundness or anything like that. So these are I want to show you the flats right here. So this is the flats here. So I give the colors a medium, like a mid-range color. So from like his face, his fur is white, but he's got like horns and stuff like that. So you can go darker, and then you can go lighter from this point here. Okay.
How did you people do this before computers?
It was a whole different process. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, before computers, there wasn't a whole lot of shading. There was coloring, and it was all done with a dot matrix and all that kind of stuff.
You go if I look at my old comic book collection from 25 years ago, it's a completely different world.
Right, it is. Yeah. It's nothing like it used to be.
Yeah. Well, all right. Progress with that, and progress with this as we go along. We'll check it back in with you soon. All right, brother?
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. So what is next? Oh, a place I've been wondering about forever. You ever heard of the Noise Museum? Noyes Museum. The Noise Museum has been working on getting us an art video, an engaging art video under the heading hashtag Noise Art at Home. Hashtag Noise Art at Home. So we're super lucky. Noise Museum, let's check out that video.
Hi, my name is Genevieve. I'm with the Noise Museum of Art of Stockton University, and welcome to Noise Art at Home. Today, I'll be showing you how to create a painting inspired by a famous blue dog. This piece is called Bare Walls by George Rodrigue. He is best known for his blue dog paintings based on a Cajun mythical creature, the loup-garou, or werewolf. This iconic blue dog bears a striking resemblance to the Rodrigue family dog, Tiffany. The materials you will need for this project are canvas, canvas board or mixed media paper, acrylic paint or tempera paint, paintbrushes, and a pencil. In this project, you will paint your own blue dog and add your own unique accessories and vibrant colors. Let's get started. First, draw a horizontal squished oval shape. Then, lightly draw a line horizontally through the oval. His eyes will be centered on this line. Draw 2 triangles for his ears. Make sure his ears are lopsided, not symmetrical. One ear should be higher than the other. For the body of the blue dog, draw a vertical oblong shape attached to the oval of his head. Draw 2 front paws and legs that connect to the dog's body. Next, decide which back leg you want on the left or right side. Draw in the details of the dog's face. Draw the outline of the long white patch on his snout. Draw the expressive eyebrows, tufts of fur, details around the eyes and in the ears. Think of a fun element to add to your drawing. It could be a funny costume, realistic landscape, or interesting prop. What do you want your artwork to say about life? Let's begin painting. Make sure you're wearing clothes you can paint in. Rodrigue's blue dogs often include 3 values of blue. In art, a value is the lightness or darkness of a color on a scale of 1 to 100. Slowly add tiny amounts of black to the blue until you reach your desired value. Share your artwork with us by using the hashtag #NoiseArtAtHome on social media.
That was awesome. If you guys want to check out the Noise Museum, go there. They do a million things, and that video is fantastic. Thanks, guys. Hey, for anyone who's watching, I don't know if you realize this, but this is the third show. You can go back. We've got some awesome shows with some awesome guests. Just go on the Art Club page, and you will see them all there. But up next, oh, it's check-in time. It's check-in time. What is up, Delfino?
Hey, how we doing? All right. So what I've been doing here, I got part of it colored, and so as you can see, start seeing some of the forms coming, being more round and everything, instead of just that flat color that it was. I'll go back and forth like this. That was the flat color, right? And now you've got the forms that are getting put on. So, and then this is a lengthy process. It takes a long time.
I mean, you have a lot of detail in there. I mean, just look at his helmet.
There is. So, you start take it all in, and you start coloring, and then you start shading.
Delfino, I always tell parents of my students, and I tell my students, like, go and read comics. I never understood the stigmatism behind comics. They're some of the best stories. They got the best art.
Yeah, I never had a problem with them, but growing up in our era, it was not the thing to do.
Yeah, it's like you were doing something bad if you were reading a comic. It's so silly.
But now everybody does. The Marvel movies are really made them popular.
Yes. Very cool, man. Well, we will be checking back in with you again shortly.
Okay, I'll keep going with this. Yeah.
All right, man. So our next guest is the comeback kid. Please welcome my friend, Colleen Magnuson, returning with what looks like a really fun and exciting art project. I saw her doing it before. It looks like something you got to do with the kids. It looks like so much fun. Colleen, what is up?
Hi, Sam. My cat was just bothering me. Sorry.
That's what cats
So
do.
I know it's dog days of summer.
It's a dog show.
Yes, PoochaPalooza. So I'm going to be putting my camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Don't mind my messy table. All right, so we're going to be working with a blank piece of paper tonight. I'm just going to get this so it stays real quick. There we go. You can see me okay, Sam?
I see ya.
All right, so I'll show you my finished product here. So we've got a cute little dog. I colored my background. I colored the dog with markers. So it looks like just a cute little dog, but the surprise is when we unfold our paper, he's giving us a little reminder to be kind to each other. So I'm going to show you first how to fold our paper. The first thing we're going to do is hold our paper vertically the tall way. I like to tell my students we're going to line up our four corners. And once we have them lined up, we're going to make our crease, make our fold. Then we are going to fold our paper in half again. So we're going to take the top flap right here. We're going to line it up with the bottom fold, just like that. And we're going to make our crease one more time. So then this is what you end up with. And it's very important that you follow these two steps so that we can get that surprise that we want to see at the end of our drawing. All right, so the next step we're going to do is I'll show you how to draw the dog. So to draw the top of the dog's head, we're going to start in the middle of this flat background piece. So right in the middle here, middle going horizontally and middle going vertically. I'm going to draw my dog's hair. So kind of like little spikes, and then I'm going to curve the edges down like that. I'm going to try to make it so you can see my paper a little bit closer. There we go. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my dog's ears. So I'm going to put my pencil slightly above that line where I left off. And I'm going to make my dog have floppy ears. This ear is going to end about halfway from where I started my head. And I'm going to use a curved line on both sides, just like that. Okay, I've got my two floppy ears. Now I'm going to bring the head down on both sides, slightly outside of the inside of the ear right here. Going to curve it in on both sides. And then I am going to bring that line down on top of my fold. So it's going to feel kind of like my pencil is going to make a bump on top of that fold there. I want to make sure I get up close and personal and make sure I can see that it's lining up with the top part while the paper's folded. And I'm going to curve it around like so. Okay. And then I'm going to put my nose and my mouth in. So first I'm going to start with the mouth. The mouth is going to go right down the center. I'm going to start with a straight line right above the fold of my paper. And then I'm going to make that curved kind of like a W shape we always draw for our animals on both sides like that. And then I like to add some little pores in there. You can add as many as you want, not too many. And then I'm going to draw my doggy's little tongue that's sticking out of the bottom of his mouth. And I can add a little line down the middle like that. And this is on the fold. And then I'm going to add the nose. The nose, I like to use a curvy triangle. And then I am going to come up and I'm going to draw the two eyes. So I like to use upside down letter U's for my eyes, one on each side. And then I use a curved line underneath like this. And then if you want your eyes to look like they're shining, you add a little circle on both sides like that. And then I like to add another upside down U. And notice I go on both sides of that little circle so I don't go through it. So far we've got our cute doggy's face. Now in my example, I showed him having a spot on his eye. You can do that. You can make your dog have spots. You can make him black or white or whatever color you want. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to make the arms. So for my arms, they're going to come on both sides of kind of where the chin is. So I'm going to draw a curved line like this on both sides. And then I'm going to draw another line that's kind of parallel for the inside of the legs, the front legs. And then I'm going to draw the paws. So for the toes, I like to draw curves. They look like the letter C. So anywhere I left off, I draw another letter C like that. And then I just kind of wrap them around. And then here's a little trick to make it look like that paw is not so flat. I add a little curved line like that. And then I do the same thing on the other side. Sam, I know you have children. Have you ever watched Art for Kids Hub with your kids?
Where is that?
So on YouTube, they have all these cute drawing tutorials. And that's actually where I taught myself how to do this kind of drawing. It's called a folded surprise drawing. And one of my students actually gave me a Santa Claus. But this is one that I made up myself. But Art for Kids Hub shows a bunch of different things that you can do with this type of drawing method. So Art for Kids Hub, I definitely recommend it if you have children.
Yeah, I imagine you could do dragons breathing fire or, gift openings or whatever.
Yeah, if I have time, I'll show you a few examples I did for Zoom lessons with my students. So the next thing we're going to do is draw the back legs. Notice I did a curve like this on both sides. You can bow your legs out as much as you want. And I stop that line right above, like a little space above where the front paw is. Now I'm going to do the same thing, my curved lines.
My wife is commenting that, yes, we do know about Art Hub.
Awesome. I thought you would. It's a great resource, especially for parents and for kids, to do at home. Instead of just watching random YouTube videos, you can watch awesome drawing tutorials like family, and it's a family that does it too. So anyway, so I just added my little curved lines there. Now my puppy can't be a puppy without his tail, so I'm going to add the tail right here, and I can use a little bit of a zigzag line at the end to make it look like it's furry. And if you really want your puppy to look happy, let's add some lines of motion on either side like that. And last but not least, I don't want my puppy floating in outer space, so I'm going to draw the ground line, the horizon line on either side. And I air draw across so I don't go through my dog. I go to the other side like so. And now if you want, you could add like a little bit of a zigzag. Maybe it's a black and white puppy, so he can have that kind of zigzag line chopping off the fur where the belly is and where the tail is. So now, so far we have the front of our paper. Now we're going to draw the inside where the surprise is going to be, okay? So you can see on the inside of mine, we have a heart. So that's the next thing we're going to do. The first thing we need to do is add our little teeth in. So we're going to have 2 little triangles at the top, and those teeth are going to be gripping our little heart. Okay, and then I'm going to start the heart. Actually, I almost forgot. I'm going to bring the mouth down on either side like that. So here's a little trick. You want to make sure you can't see too much going this way. If you want, you can make that mouth come down like that, so his mouth can be open with his tongue out. So every now and then you want to check and refold it just to make sure it lines up. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing the heart. Now for the heart, it was a little tricky for me, honestly. Like I said, I made this one up myself. So it was a little tricky for me to make my heart nice and long. So it's probably going to be a little bit skinnier than you want it to be, because your heart needs to come down to where the tongue is right there. Okay, so we're going to bring that heart nice and wide on either side. The trick to drawing things that are symmetrical, what I like to tell my students is whatever you do on one side, you do the same thing on the other. And if it's not quite symmetrical, that's okay. We can say that this heart is a little bit lopsided because he's been chewing on it a lot. All right, so there we go. We've got our heart, and we're just going to bring this down to where his tongue is, like right above his tongue. So we're going to go down into this part of our paper, down, and then I'm going to write "be kind." I love to letter, so I'm going to use a little bit of cursive here. B, and then kind. How about exclamation point? Let's shout it. All right, so then we have our heart. Last step, we're going to bring the sides of our mouth up from the bottom. It's going to touch the heart on either side. We're also going to bring that tongue up a little bit more. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to bring the sides of the mouth up and touch the heart on either side. All right, and there you go. Let's see the surprise once more. There he is, our happy dog, and now he's reminding us to all be kind to each other. And again, here is our finished copy. I used markers to color mine. You can use whatever you want. Make your puppy look however you want him to look. You can have short ears, floppy ears, whatever you want. Can I say one more thing, Sam?
Absolutely.
All right, so one more thing, Annette forgot to remind us, at the Art Center, we also exhibit artwork by local artists. So if we have any artists anywhere who want to exhibit their artwork, we proudly have exhibits that are going to be starting back up again very soon. And we also are looking for volunteers to either gallery sit or, come on in, give us a call if you want to participate in any events that we have. All right, so I'm gonna come back and say hello again, but there we go.
Hey.
Thank you, Sam.
Very cool, Colleen. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, that was really cute, and I loved all the art. But right now, actually, it's time for me to be real. I got permission. I got permission from Cassie. If you don't know Cassie, she runs the place in Main Street. And, we wanted to plug Third Thursday because things are happening now. But I told her that I just want to be real because my heart is into this, people. When I first came to Hammonton, when we were looking for a school to purchase, we loved Reed Preschool, but the downtown is what sold it for us. They showed us this cute town with these wonderful people who just wanted us to come into their stores and not just buy their stuff, but to talk to them, enjoy their products, and enjoy the experience. I wasn't used to that. After that all happened, I said, Lisa, this is the place for us. Why am I talking about that? Guys, I'm a business owner, and times are tough. Not just for me, but for all those in Main Street and all the businesses out here. We need you. We need every single one of you to go out and support our town. Without Main Street, this town will never be the same. You have to understand something. Not only are you supporting businesses in town, but you're supporting some of the greatest stuff you can eat drink, have fun with. The cannolis, the pizzas, the olive oils, the toys, the list goes up. The coffee. I mean, come on, people, the coffee. Guys, we have to not spend our money at Walmart. Okay, Walmart's great, but we need to support Main Street. Please, guys. Us business owners are going through a very, very difficult time. And it's not like you have to go out and buy something that's garbage to support someone. We got the best stuff here in Hammonton, but we got to go out and we got to support these businesses. Go out and buy some cannolis tomorrow. Go eat some pizza at Marcello's. I'm telling you, people, they're delicious. You know that, but go out and enjoy it. Tell them Sam sent you. Yeah, don't tell them that. Just go, people. Support the town. And maybe if we all go out and do this, Hammonton might be better than it even was before. I'm begging you guys, go out there and spend some money on small business and feel good about yourself and enjoy the products. Love you, people. Hammonton, Main Street, I got your back. You guys are amazing. All right. Well, we're going into something else heavy now. I'm such a fan of this guy, John J to the B to the Bradley. He has a video for us that we had to have on this show. Totally unrelated to dogs, but it's related to what is happening in the world and what's happening here in Hammonton. You have to check this out. I think you're going to love it and probably be moved by it. So, Don.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the town of Hammonton, family, friends, and neighbors. We stand with you. This is something that has to be done in this country. Black lives matter. 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 Say it louder. Say it louder. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. I can't breathe. 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 Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! George Floyd! 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 Black lives matter! 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 George Floyd! Say it louder! George Floyd! Say it louder! George Floyd! Say his name! George Floyd! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! Say it louder! Breonna Taylor! Say it louder! Breonna Taylor! Say it louder! Breonna Taylor! Let's go! Let's go! Black lives matter! 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 I can't breathe! 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 No justice, no peace! just want to say thank everybody for coming out. Honestly, this is crazy. I'm not going to lie. Right now, we're going to have a moment of silence for George Floyd and everybody else has been affected. Police brutality, along those lines. So, quick little moment of silence. All right. God is about justice and love and peace. And so we march today. We march for those things. We have to call to an end to an unfair law. A law that's not always applied evenly. God judges evenly.
Everybody here has a responsibility and a duty to not just hold a sign, not to just shout chants, and not just to have those conversations, but to go to those ballot boxes and make sure they're voting.
I'll be asking our health department what they're doing to actively work toward those things. We do have things in place that they're just not following the protocol. We need to go further than that. As a white person, as anybody else, we need to be checking our friends, our parents, our coworkers. We cannot let that stuff go. We need to shut it down.
So I think that a lot of people really think that racism is just okay, she's black, then she's less than. This country has been built on a lot of institutionalized racism. It is not the responsibility of minorities to tell you all these things.
There are more peaceful protests going on tonight. Pay attention, get involved, be a part of the good fight. Thank you.
I understand that I can never understand the plight of dark-skinned human beings. But what I can do as mayor of this community is help to try to usher in that change that you are asking for. Peaceful demonstrations like this are very important. Very important. I'm proud to be mayor of this town because I know our police officers have never discharged a weapon and hurt a person, black, white, yellow, green, orange. Things like this are a step in a positive direction. But just remember one thing. That is a step, and you have to make many of those, and you have to work together for change. God bless you all.
What was your name again?
I'm Zach.
Zach, I'm John, man.
Nice to meet you.
Can you tell me on camera a little bit about today?
I mean, got a little marching for civil rights and equality for everybody and justice for everybody. Had a great turnout. We can't do it without everybody. All voices, the more the merrier. So it was a great time, great environment, great atmosphere. The police were tremendous. The mayor was tremendous. Everything went basically according to plan, and I couldn't ask for any more. So many supportive people in here, so many understanding people, and it's great to see people opening their eyes and being open and having these conversations about injustices and inequalities and stuff like that. So, every single day it's just tip of the iceberg. We're going farther and farther every day. And it's great to see this.
You did amazing organizing and speaking.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, for real.
Wow. John Bradley, you're a talented man, and to live in a town like this and seeing the mayor up there and seeing Chief Friel with you all and seeing my man OC from 2 episodes ago on this show.
Hi, my
OC
name is
speaking.
Genevieve. I'm with the Noise Museum of Art
hello.
at Stockton University.
Oh, the Noise Museum is back. Oh, toodaloo. Technical difficulties. But yeah, John Bradley, that was beautiful, man. I wish I was there. That was magical. Changes are happening, people. All right, we got some live music, and I have been waiting for this music for 2 months. Let me tell you why. Robin Gazzara, before we check out this final piece with Delfino, we have to take a look at Robin Gazzara, who survived COVID-19. That's why she wasn't here last time. She was sick, but she is back and stronger than ever. So a lot of you in Hammonton are probably familiar with her. She's a singer, songwriter, a music teacher from Hammonton. Touring the country from the age of 18 to 22, she performed piano and guitar and vocals with bands I Can Make a Mess Like Nobody's Business and Ace Enders and a million different people. And she shared the stage with one of my favorite bands, Angels and Airwaves. I hope you guys like them too. Copeland, cute is what we aim for and more. She is also the owner of Robin Gazzara Music Studios, providing music education to the South Jersey area. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome her. Robin Gazzara, what's happening?
Hi. How's it
Long
going?
overdue. Are you feeling okay?
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling so much better. I just got my taste and smell back after a few weeks. So, yeah.
Congratulations. Hey, real quick, what was it like playing with Angels and Airwaves?
It was pretty surreal. It was awesome. There was like every night they had laser shows, and Tom DeLonge's a pretty weird dude, but
He's out there.
Yeah,
He's out there.
that was great. Yeah,
Very
it wasn't
cool.
like
So what do you
Tom
got?
Dell,
So what you got going on for us today?
I'm gonna play 2 originals for you guys. So I guess my first one, I'm gonna do "Still Here." It's called, and I'm gonna be releasing some more music within this next month. Yeah, so that's it.
All right, let's do it.
Found myself split in 20 pieces. On the right back, I try to collect all of them. Oh, I wish you were here. If only I would have known before I left you alone that it was your time to go. 'Cause I'm still here, holding on, knowing why we held is gone. Without you, my world still turns, but I'm standing still. I'm surrounded by all these pictures on the walls, stern visions of everything that we had and everything I lost. On a 20-minute ride, so afraid to say goodbye, I learned more about myself that night. 'Cause I'm still here, holding on, knowing what we had is gone. Without you, my world still turns, but I'm standing still. I know that I keep searching for a reason, hoping to find a light in the dark. I know that you'll never go that far. I know that I won't find you if I'm looking. I hope that you'll never leave. 'Cause every time I close my eyes, I feel you right by me. 'Cause I'm still here, holding on, knowing what heart is gone. Without you, my world still turns, but I'm standing still. And every time I close my eyes, I feel you right by me. You're still here. You're still here. Every time I close my eyes, I feel you right by me.
Woo! Can you hear
Thank
all
you.
the claps from all the other people at home? That was beautiful.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
That's original, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny. I actually wrote it like 10 years ago, and I finally got around to recording it recently. And yeah, I'm gonna be releasing it soon. So
Right on. Congrats. What do you got next for us?
this next song is called Enough. So it's kind of a lighter song. It's just about not doubting yourself and being yourself. And now that the world's kind of going crazy around us a little bit, I feel like we kind of need that.
We do. And sometimes that's all you need. For me personally, if I have a song like that, I could just put it on and boom, day is better,
Yeah, exactly. It, really has so much power, music. So yeah. All right. I guess I'll start.
Go for it.
I don't know what to do. Be yourself, don't be afraid. You're stronger than you think. You are fierce, you are brave. You don't have to run away. You're just bad, but you're not broken. You are who you choose to be. You're worthy, you are loved, you are perfect. You are enough. We were meant to have these issues, trying to play our perfect selves. We shouldn't need to count on our views to tell us that we're doing well. We should be happy, simple and sappy, never caring who is watching. I could just be me, you could be you. Insecurity is one of them, and we'll just be friends. We could just be friends. We could just be friends. Be the light, be the change. Can be more than what you say. Be the one who stands up strong. Don't hold on to your mistakes. You have it in you to just be true. You are where you're meant to be. You are worthy, you are loved, you are perfect. You are enough. We were meant to have these issues, trying to play our perfect selves. We shouldn't need to be counting our views to tell us that we're doing well. We should be happy, simple and sappy, never caring who's watching. I could just be me, you can just be you. Insecurity is love, and we'll just be friends. We could just be friends. We could just be friends. Learn to let it go. Learn to let it go. I could just be me. I could just be you. We were meant to have all these issues, trying to play our perfect selves. We shouldn't need to be counting on our views to tell us that we're doing well. We should be happy, simple and sappy, never caring who is watching. I can just be me, you can just be you. Insecurity is love, and we'll just be friends. We could just be friends. We could just be friends. We could just be.
Woo! I feel like I feel like the world would be a better place if everyone woke up and then listened to that song before they started their day. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Thank you.
Just be happy and simple and sappy, right?
Exactly. It was
That's
nice and
me,
cheesy
baby.
and fun writing it. And, I kind of kept it that way.
Yeah, I love the cheese. I love the cheese. And I love your performance. You rock, Robin. 2 months,
Thank you
but
so
it was
much for
worth the
having
wait.
me.
Yeah. Hey, would you ever want to do a show at my camp for the kids or something? Or
I would love that. Yeah.
okay, let's be in
Absolutely.
touch.
Yeah, that'd be
All
awesome.
right. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And now it's time for the final check-in with my man Delfino. See where this art has taken.
Hey, Sam. How's
Hey,
it
dude.
going?
Good.
Wow, that was a great performance. That was awesome.
Yeah, she was wonderful, right?
Yep. So what I've done so far, I just kept going with the coloring, and he's almost done. So I just like I said, I just keep doing this until I do all the different parts of him. And then,
So for this specific, it looks like there's a lot of detail going on here. Would you use this specific picture as a whole page, or is this just like one of those small panels in a comic book page?
this particular one is a whole page.
I would hope so. Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Again, that's why I chose this one, just so it's a little bigger and it's easier to see
Mm.
see everything that's going on. But yeah. So the coloring, and like I said, he will be in full color. And what I'm going to do for the background is just to give it a monotone and keep it in the background. So I have the finished coloring here, and that's basically what it's going to look like when it's all done right here. It's close to being done. I mean, there'll be some shading on the background characters and the pyramid and everything, but again, just to have him pop forward and have the background, and then of course then there's the word balloons to go over this. If he's
Yeah.
something, or if the narrator's talking about something or other.
I love this kind of stuff in graphic novels where you'll be reading panel, and then all of a sudden you turn to this page and boom, like that page has a serious meaning. That's why I took up the whole page. That's what I was saying about that piece is I could tell that would be a boom moment.
Yep, that's exactly what that is. Yep.
Very cool, man. So anything else you want to drop on us before you get out of here?
Yeah, if you guys like the artwork here, I do like you said in the intro, I have a web comic that comes out every Wednesday. It's at Equinox Art Studios, and if you follow the link to Dances in Exile, you could read the comic, and every week you'll get a new page, and just follow the story. I have to warn everybody. It is that is a more mature subject matter on the comic. So,
Yeah. Beware, children. Delfino, I'm a storyteller myself. I do it verbally, and I write too. So if we ever get a chance to collaborate one day, that would be awesome.
That would be great. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love.
All right, brother. Hey, it's been great talking with you.
Thank you so much. I had a great time.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
Okay. I'm looking at my list, and it looks like it's time to wrap it up. Guys, this has been so much fun. I look forward to it every single month. We're not going to be on next month. I'm sure there's huge plans for the future. So don't think this is the end just because we won't be on next month. But we have huge things being planned. Keep checking in with the art club. Talk to Don Swenson, the man who makes it happen, and keep on showing the love. Share this episode, and we will see you next time. Later, people.